So in this video, I'm going to break down how to speak with clarity and confidence when you're around women you like. We'll talk about why your brain freezes, the mindset shift that makes you instantly sound sharper. And then I promise I'll give you 5 simple rules that keep your words clear, direct, and attractive, no matter how nervous you are. You ready? This is a masterclass. Let's go. My name is Jessica OS. Thank you very much for joining the channel. Remember to always look out for the channel name Jessica OS before you watch any video at all, as AI is taking over the internet these days. How to articulate your thoughts more clearly to women you like. Ever had a moment where you're standing in front of a woman you like and your brain is screaming 1,000 things, but what comes out of your mouth is either nonsense, awkward silence, or worse, the total opposite of what you actually wanted to say? Yeah, well, that's why some guys get friend-zoned real fast. Not because they weren't good enough, but because they couldn't articulate their thoughts clearly. Now, if you don't fix this, you'll lose women who actually like you. Let's jump right in. Point number 1, the noise in your head. Let's start with the number 1 killer of clear communication, which is the noise in your head. You don't sound clear with women, not because you don't know what to say, but because your mind is already 3 steps ahead, right? Wondering, does she like me? Did that sound cool? What if I mess this up, right? All that chatter is like trying to drive with 10 radio stations blaring at one time. No wonder your words crash. Be honest, have you ever been in front of a woman you like and suddenly you're not yourself anymore? With your friends, you're smooth, you're funny, you're natural. But with her, it's like you turn into this nervous intern at a job interview, right? Now, why does this happen? It's simply because you're not focused on the conversation. You're focused on winning her approval. Now, a lot of women will notice those things. The dangerous mistake is when you're in your head, you start editing every sentence before it even leaves your mouth. And that hesitation is what makes you sound unsure, robotic, or worse, even boring. Attraction dies where there's hesitation. The simple fix is shift your attention outward. Now, instead of obsessing over what she's thinking about you, focus on her actual words, her body language, her vibe in that moment. Treat it like a game of catch. You don't stand there overthinking about how to throw the ball, you just throw it back. If she laughs at something, instead of panicking, oh no, was that dumb? You want to lead into it, right? I like that she laughed at that. You have a good sense of humor. Something as simple as that will clear the air. It's clear, confident, and it keeps the interaction flowing. Ask yourself, do you want to be the guy who gets stuck in his own head, or the guy who makes her feel like the only person in the room? Because trust me, she'll always choose the second guy every single time. Point 2. Use the 1 idea rule. What is it? Well, most guys get this wrong. When they finally work up the courage to talk, they try to say everything in one breath. They over-explain, they justify, they pile words on until the point gets lost. And what does she hear? Static, noise, confusion. That's how you kill attraction without even realizing it. Here's the fix, what I call the 1 idea rule. Now, every time you open your mouth, you want to stick to 1 clear point at a time. That's it. Say it, stop, let her respond, then move on. Let's play this out. The over-explainer will say something like, so I was thinking maybe if you're not too busy, we could hang out sometime, nothing serious, maybe grab a bite. I mean, I don't want to pressure you or anything, but I'd really like to... Now, by the end of that sentence, she's already scrolling Instagram in her head. Now, watch what happens when you apply the 1 idea rule. Hear me. I'd like to take you out for dinner. Thursday or Friday? Boom. It's clear, direct, attractive. Now, which guy do you think she wants to spend more time with? Is it the one who sounds like a nervous email draft, or the one who makes decisions and states them plainly? And this isn't just for asking her out, it's for everyday interactions and conversations. Instead of stacking 3 thoughts together, you want to break them down, right? 1 idea, 1 sentence, pause. This gives your words weight. It tells her that you're confident enough not to fill the silence with fluff. Remember, you're not auditioning for America's Got Talent. You're showing her that you know exactly what you want. And women respect that clarity way more than a perfectly worded essay. Point number 3, anchor to emotion, not logic. So here's a secret. Women don't fall for logic, they fall for emotion. You can give the most well-reasoned argument about why you'd be the perfect guy for her, but if she doesn't feel anything when you talk, it won't matter. Ever noticed how the guy who tells corny jokes but makes her laugh gets the date? while the serious, well-spoken guy gets left on red? Yeah, it's because laughter creates emotion and not logic, right? Most men rely too much on words alone. They say, I like you, but they say it fast, monotone, without eye contact. That's just information. It's like reading a weather report. It's dry, forgettable, gone in seconds. Now let's anchor that same line to emotion. Look her in the eyes, slight smile, slow down your voice and say, hey, I like spending time with you. Suddenly, it lands different. Why? Because you didn't just deliver a sentence, you delivered a feeling. Think of the difference between saying, work was busy today versus, I swear work drained the life out of me today. I'm just glad to be here with you instead. The second one paints a picture. It stirs a mood and makes her feel included in your world. And here's the thing. Women will forget half of the things you say, but they will always remember how you made them feel while saying it. So stop trying to convince her with facts. Anchor your words to emotion. Play with tone, pacing, and presence. That's what sticks. That's what she replays in her head when she's thinking about you at night. Point number 4, practice the 3-second filter. Now, I believe that this rule will save you from rambling your way out of attraction. The 3-second filter. So hear this. If a thought takes longer than 3 seconds to explain in your head, it's too complicated to say it out loud. Trim it, simplify it, or it will kill the vibe. Ever been on a date and caught yourself mid-sentence saying, wait, where am I going with this? Yeah, that's the problem. You're building a maze instead of a straight path, okay? Men often think that more words equals more clarity, and that's so wrong. More words equal confusion. You dump your whole backstory, she nods politely, and meanwhile her brain is screaming, when is this guy going to get to the point? Now with a 3-second filter, you train yourself to deliver your thoughts in its cleanest form. For example, instead of, so yeah, I was thinking, maybe if the weather was nice and if you're not busy, we could grab a coffee sometime or something like that. But hey, no pressure. Now instead, just say, let's grab coffee. Are you free this week? That's clarity. It's confidence. And the beauty of it is it's a short, direct sentence that forces her to respond. You're not giving her a lecture. You're starting a rhythm. Attraction lives in rhythm and not monologue. Point number 5. Silence is a weapon. You need to master silence as a man. For the most part, you've been trained to believe that silence is awkward, that if there's a pause, you have to fill it with nervous chatter. But let me tell you, the man who owns silence owns the room. Think about it. When was the last time you actually sat in silence with a woman you liked without panicking? Probably never. And that's why your words lose power, because you're afraid to let them breathe. Here's the mistake. You say something bold, and instead of letting it land, you rush to add fluff. You tell her she looks amazing, and then immediately follow it with, not that you don't always look amazing, I mean, you look amazing tonight. Congratulations, you just killed the compliment. Now the fix is, say it, and then stop. Let her sit with your words. Silence creates space for tension and curiosity, for attraction to build. When you pause, she'll lean in. She starts filling the silence for you, right? And now you're the one in control. For example, you tell her, I like the way you think. And then you just shut up, look at her, smile, and do nothing. That pause will force her to feel the weight of what you just said. That's what makes her blush, laugh, or open up more. See, silence is like seasoning. You don't dump the whole jar on the food, but you just sprinkle, just a little sprinkle, right? Will change everything. Use it wrong, food tastes bland. Use it right, and it's unforgettable. So stop being scared of silence, because silence isn't empty, it's magnetic. It's the difference between sounding like just another guy and sounding like a man who owns his value. If this is hitting home, do me a favor, hit that like button. It tells me to make more of such content going forward. And if you want even deeper strategies, subscribe, because the channel is all about giving you the upper hand with women. Let's wrap this up. Men lose women not because they're unattractive, but because they're unclear. Clarity equals confidence. When you master that, you'll notice women hanging onto your words instead of looking for the next or nearest exit. So here's your move. Watch this video right here, where I'll show you the subtle signs she actually wants you to make a move. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Jessica OS here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.